Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's now with great pleasure I introduce to you all Wayman Stewart. Although Wayman Stewart was drafted into the NBA in 1969, he would tell you that his biggest accomplishments are marrying his wife Vicki 54 years ago. Since then, they've had 4 accomplished children together, all adults now, and Wayman spends his time ministering to the Churches of Christ for over a decade. That includes filling in as interim minister at the Cherry Hill Church of Christ right here in Will County. Wayman has been a resident of Bolingbrook since 2001. It is my pleasure to introduce my friend, Wayman Stewart.
Thank you, Frankie, for your introduction. I had 15 or 20 minutes? Before I go into the prayer, I want to tell you, leave you with a little something. There was a minister preaching one day from the pulpit on the benefits of going to heaven. At the conclusion of his lesson, he said, how many people want to go to heaven? If you want to go to heaven, raise your hand. Everybody in the congregation raised their hand except this one little boy. The minister, thinking that the individual did not hear him, decided to repeat it. How many people want to go to heaven? Raise your hand. Everybody raised their hand again except this one little boy. The minister, somewhat irate at this particular point, walks over to the little boy and says, you don't want to go to heaven? He said, yes, sir, I want to go to heaven. Well, why didn't you raise your hand? He said, well, I thought you were getting a group together today. And I noticed some of you have some new members here, so I'll try to be as brief as possible. If you'll bow with me. Dear Heavenly Father, Creator of the heavens and the earth, dear Lord, we approach your throne this morning to bless this meeting that is about to transpire. Dear Heavenly Father, we hope that this meeting goes in such a fashion that it benefits those residents of Will County, and also, dear Lord, bless those leaders who are leading this community with all goodwill. Dear Heavenly Father, we also like for you to, we're praying for peace in Ukraine, and we're also praying for those people who have lost their loved ones during this war that has been going on. Dear Heavenly Father, we also ask you to look upon those individuals who have lost loved ones due to COVID, and that you would surround them with your arms and comfort them during this time. Dear Heavenly Father, in conclusion, we thank you for all the blessings that you've given us in days gone by and days to go. In the name of your Son, Jesus, who died, that we might have the hope of eternal life. Amen.
Amen. Join us today. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll? Bellich. Here. Trainer.
Present.
Dean Schlotman.
Here.
Van Dyne.
Present.
Pretzel.
Here.
Butler.
Here.
Newquist.
Here.
Richmond.
Here.
Parker. Here. Williams. Here. Diaz. Winfrey.
Here.
Coleman. Here. Logan.
Here.
Freeman.
Present.
Revis.
Here.
Mitchell.
Here.
Ortiz.
Here.
Berkowitz.
Here.
Mueller.
Here.
Costa.
Here.
Ogella.
Here.
21 present, one absent.
There's 21 members being present. We have a quorum. I need a motion to place on file a certificate of publication.
Motion Mueller.
Motion by Mueller.
Second O'Gara.
Second by Ogella. Madam Clerk, please call the roll. Ellis.
Yes.
Trainier.
Yes.
Dean Schlotman.
Yes.
Van Dyne.
Yes.
Pretzel.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Newquist.
Yes.
Richmond.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Winfrey.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Logan.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Revis.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Ortiz.
Yes.
Berkowitz.
Yes.
Mueller.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Ogella.
Yes.
21 affirmative.
21 affirmative, motion carries. I need approval of the minutes from, separate, okay. I need a motion to approve the recess minutes from October 20th, 2022.
Motion Freeman.
Second ballot.
Motion by Freeman, seconded by Balich.
Previous Newquist.
Previous by Newquist.
Second Coleman.
Seconded by Coleman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the recess minutes for November 17th, 2022.
Motion ballot.
Motion by Balich. Seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Winfrey, seconded by Parker. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the executive session county board minutes for November 17th, 2022.
Motion.
O'Gara.
Motion by O'Gala.
Second Mueller.
Seconded by Mueller. Previous roll call by Balich, seconded by Van Dyne. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Madam Clerk, will you please acknowledge the elected officials and media present today?
Yes, today we have County Executive Jennifer Bertino-Tarrant, County Clerk Lawrence Daly Ferry, Auditor Duffy Blackburn, State's Attorney James Glasgow, and I don't see any media.
Good, Mr. Spooner. Mr. Spooner's.
Today we have two proclamations. The first being recognizing the 30th anniversary of 911 emergency telephone system. Board Member Mueller, will you please come to the podium to present the resolution recognizing this, and if there's any guests here, because you may come up to the podium as well.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Good morning.
Yep.
I'm going to put that down before I start reading. Good morning, Donna. Recognizing the 30th anniversary of the Will County 911 emergency telephone system. Whereas protecting the lives and safety of its citizens is one of government's fundamental responsibilities. And whereas in times of emergency, citizens must have a simple, fast, and reliable way to summon police, fire, and emergency medical responders. And whereas on August 17, 1989, following a countywide referendum, the Will County Board adopted a resolution making a commitment to implement a 911 emergency telephone system to benefit the citizens of Will County. And whereas, hold on, I lost my place for a minute, the Will County 911 emergency telephone system received its first 911 emergency call on December 15, 1992, making it possible to save more lives and to increase the public's confidence in local emergency response systems. And whereas the Will County 911 system fulfills this need and proves its value each and every day throughout the county by enabling communities and emergency response agencies to respond to a greater number of emergency calls with added efficiency and lower costs to the public. And whereas the Will County 911 system is poised to bring next generation 911 services to Will County in 2023, renewing and elevating the county's commitment to excellence in the delivery of public safety services to those who live and work here. Now therefore be it resolved that the Will County Board and the Will County Executive hereby recognizes and celebrates the 30th anniversary of the Will County 911 emergency telephone system on December 15, 2022. Be it further resolved that the Will County Board and the Will County Executive extend their sincere appreciation to the dedicated men and women of the Will County 911 emergency telephone system for their ongoing commitment to excellence in public safety communications, dated this 15th day of December 2022, be signed by Jennifer Bertino-Tarrant and attested to by Lawrence Daly Ferry, Clerk.
You so moved.
You so moved.
Motion by Madam Mueller.
Second
Seconded
O'Gara.
by O'Gala. Is there a previous roll call?
Previous
Previous
ballot.
roll call by Balich, seconded by Freeman. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll let our guests say a few words and we'll take a
Introducing
follow-up.
I'll keep it,
Farah.
yes, I'll keep it extremely brief. My name is John Farr, the Deputy Chief of Northwest Home Fire. I'm also the Chairman of the Emergency System Telephone Board for Will County. I just want to give you guys a really quick history of what it was and what it is today. I started at our fire department in 1986 as a volunteer, and I worked with 911 along the way since '92, testing and promoting 911 since then. So today marks the 30th anniversary of the Will County 911 system. The first 911 call was received. It did not happen overnight. Back in 1992. There was a lot of planning by a lot of people. In the beginning, there was 16 PSAPs, that's public service answering points. Those are the local fire stations and police stations where people have to call the local number to call. Dispatching public safety agencies throughout the county. In 1993, as 911 was still gaining traction for this area, people were transitioning from the legacy 7-digit numbers. When you would call 727-6191, 2151, you didn't know what the number was. It was hard to teach children when they went from place to place, this kind of archaic system back then. The excitement of getting this consolidated public safety mission through the county was there. The different agencies providing emergency services knew there was a better way to provide services to the people that they served. So we knew 911 was the way. In 1993, the 911 system alone processed approximately 107,000 911 calls for service. That's about 9,000 calls a month across the county. We're still running parallel with, and they were still running parallel with the 7-digit line, so we're still getting calls for service from the old telephone lines. Our equipment was advanced at the time, but archaic to today's standards, with punch cards and green computer screens, but we thought we had some cool stuff back then. We did. Today, with all the efforts of many people throughout our 30-year history, we have arrived today with the people and to help serve better the people who live, work, and pass through Will County every day. The system has progressed in saving the community countless dollars by consolidating services, increasing features to its users, creating smooth transitions, and effectively reducing 911's calls from the initial call to the first responder arriving on the scene. Today, the Will County ETSB serves approximately 697,000 residents, not including visitors to our county. That is about 849 square miles. In 2021, the system has answered approximately 327 911 calls, huge increase, and about 27,000 calls per month for service through the system. The system is consolidated down to 3 PSAPs. We went from 16 to 3. We also service 56 different public service agencies in Will County, saving money and increasing efficiency in all call handling for first responders. We have one of the best equipped and technologically advanced systems in the area. The future holds the next generation 911 with advanced digital features, increasing call handling volume, better location data, and completely new infrastructure to meet the needs and the speed of our callers, improving public safety throughout the county. I hope this was exciting to you as it was to us. It is very exciting to us. It may not to you guys, but it's a big win-win for all of our residents and all of our customers in Will County. Thank you for a few minutes, Executive, and I'm just glad that you guys can kind of understand what we go through every day.
And I'm Anthony Marzano, the 911 administrator. I don't have much to add other than to say, think back to 1992 for a minute. Did you have a computer in 1992? Did you have a Tandy 1000 with a whopping 40 megabyte hard drive that operated on Windows 3.1? Think back to 1992, did you have a cell phone?
Bag phone.
Bag phone. If you were really advanced, you had one of those cool Motorola StarTAC phones, right? If you think of the state of technology 30 years ago, and the fact that 911 has had to not only keep up with, but try to stay ahead of all of that, it's been a really big challenge, but it's a challenge that our folks have embraced and embrace every day. So we have some really great things on the horizon next year with integrating into statewide next generation 911. I know we have some new members here. We even have one 911 alumni back there, Miss Williams. I found some really cool black and white photos of her back in the day when we were going through the archives for today. I promise not to share them. It's not too widely. But I want to extend an invitation to all of you. Reach out to us at the 911 office. Come out, see us, visit us. Learn a bit more about the technology that supports our public safety infrastructure. We'd love to have you at any point, and thank you this morning for the recognition.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Thank you for the news.
That was quick.
Great.
Will. At this time, I'm going to invite Board Member Berkowitz to come to the podium to present the Allies for Agriculture for Will County proclamation.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'd like to ask Mark from the Will County Farm Bureau to join me here. I'd like to read this proclamation from Will County. Allies for Agriculture for Will County. Whereas Illinois is the home to more than 71,000 farms, 96% of which are family-owned, and a third of which include livestock. And whereas Will County accounts for 801 of those farms. And whereas agriculture in the county generates a total annual sales estimated at $121.5 million. And whereas farm property provides 1 to 2% of taxable value, which provides services to the residents throughout Will County. And whereas Will County is the number 5 producing county producing honey in the state, it provides 15,118 pounds of honey. That's pretty sweet. And whereas Illinois farmers support the food security of our citizens, the international pandemic displayed the importance of American food systems, processing and supply chain weaknesses. And whereas new livestock development, including processing, accounts for additional jobs, creating additional economic growth within our county. And whereas farmers are dedicated to caring for their animals in ways that also benefit the land, using tools and technology to better manage soil nutrients, water runoff, and air quality on the farm. Farmers are using fewer natural resources and reducing their carbon footprint while producing more food. And whereas farmland is a finite resource that is vital to agriculture, vital to food production and the economic well-being of our county. And whereas farmers in Illinois face multiple layers of regulation involving state and federal agencies providing a comprehensive, robust regulatory program for all farms, including those raising livestock. And whereas data and information farm state regulatory agencies demonstrates environmental issues that are extremely rare occurrences. Now therefore, be it proclaimed that the Will County Board and the Will County Executive hereby acknowledge and support agriculture within Will County. The jobs created, tax generated, and technologies embraced, and environmental practices implemented by Will County farmers makes agriculture a valuable industry within our county. Be it further proclaimed that the Will County Board and the Will County Executive will work to support the development and maintenance of agriculture for the benefit of our county and to all its residents. Dated this 15th day of December 2022, Jennifer Bertino-Tarrant, Will County Executive, and Lauren Staley-Ferry, Will County Clerk. I would like to say that...
We make a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion by Berkowitz, seconded by Ayala. Is there a previous roll call? Seconded by Mitchell, seconded by Frick. Ms. Diaz, do you want to be added to that roll call?
Yes, please.
All in favor? Sorry.
Aye.
Motion carries. Back to you.
I'd like to share that last year when I attended the National Association of Counties in Denver, I attended the Rural and Agriculture Committee, and it was a very eye-opening experience to listen to their concerns and also the many, many things that they do every day in the background to provide us with the food that we take for granted. And one of the, during the scope of the conversation, it became apparent that the status of our farming and agriculture communities is a matter of national security. And there was a consensus that day that they would move forward and bring that message to our government. And it's very important here, all the work we have. Our Republican chair, who is a farmer on our board, Judy Ogawa, her and her family are an instrumental part of our county. So thank you for letting me read this and share this, because it is important to everyone who lives in this county, everyone who calls it home. So Mark, it's been a pleasure to work with you. I'd like you to say some words here.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, let me really thank you for this proclamation. We had discussed possibly doing a proclamation like this for agriculture back in this past summer, but we figured with the election of the new board and seeing there was going to be quite a few new board members, so we wanted to have this opportunity to possibly have this proclamation with the new seated board of directors. And so we appreciate that, and we appreciated all the help and support over the years of agriculture issues we've had here in Will County. Anywhere from transportation to land use issues. We've got wonderful staff as well that works with us on a direct basis as well. And we really appreciate always being at the table. And that's something that we really enjoy doing, is helping try to develop relationships. You'll find out that we're not going to be bashful. We will email you, and we will give you opportunities, what we call farm adventures. I know several of you that have been on the county board have taken some of those farm adventures with combine rides, planting rides, and all that. It's just a matter of getting you familiar with agriculture here in Will County and what we do with farming practices. Again, thank you so much for this proclamation. It is very, very much appreciated, and we're looking forward to working with you as a new county board.
We have one item of new business today, the PACE presentation for the fiscal year 23 budget. So if our friends from PACE can please come to the podium.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Rick Kwasneski. I am the chairman of the board. I know there's a lot of new board members. I have been on the PACE board since 2002, and I've been the chairman since 2006. With me here today is Melinda Metzger, our executive director, and also Beth Gonzalez, who's our Will County representative. So good morning, County Executive Bertino Tarrant, Chair Ogawa, and members of the board. We're very glad to be here today. Usually we're here in November to present our budget, but because of scheduling issues and so forth, we're here in December, so happy holidays to everyone. PACE is pleased to present our balanced 2023 budget, which includes being fully funded for $303 million for our operating, for our fixed route service, and also a balanced budget for our paratransit service budget of $238 million. We also have a strong capital plan for this year totaling $72 million. A quick update on PACE's ridership and the state of our agency. The pandemic really showed that PACE's essential services for a lot of our riders in the region. We were the least affected of the transit agencies during COVID, and primarily because a lot of our riders actually were those essential workers that kept our economy going. Our ridership trends continue to be encouraging. In October of this year, PACE ridership for the first time hit 70% of pre-COVID ridership numbers. Like I said, the largest of the 3 transit agencies in the region. And our ADA ridership is back up to 100% of 2019 levels. This year is the first for PACE in a number of ways. First of all, we had our opening of our Joliet Transit Center, and it was in collaboration with the City of Joliet. We were there to celebrate the opening of this new facility with Transportation Secretary Buttigieg, Governor Pritzker, Congressman Foster, and numerous elected officials, including a number of you in the room. It was a first for us because obviously it was the first transit center that we've done in a number of years, and also a first just to have the Secretary of Transportation there, which really kind of put Will County on the map and quite frankly PACE on the map from the standpoint of transportation needs. So we're looking forward to continuing those relationships there. Our Heritage Division, we opened our first PACE new garage in 30 years. It's a new facility, a 264,000 square foot facility in Plainfield. It was done in collaboration with the Village of Plainfield. And we just had an open house there last week. A number of you were there as well. And those of you who couldn't make it, we're glad to have you back to show you that facility because it's really the future of where we're going. So that was part of a Rebuild Illinois funding program that we got from the state. Other firsts for PACE, we purchased our first PACE electric bus this last year, and we have 20 more electric buses on order, which will be coming in 2023. We're going towards converting to zero emissions by 2040. When we say zero emissions, it could be electric, it could be hydrogen. None of us know today what the technology is going to bring over the next 20 years, but we're committed to making those improvements. This year we also introduced a program called Van Go, which is a van pool program. In a nutshell, it's like Zipcar, only it's a van that'll be placed at strategic metro stations throughout the region. You'll be able to register in advance to be able to access and utilize that van when you get to a metro station, and then be able to take that to work or in a geographic region, and then you'd be able to come back and take the train wherever you're going or whatever. It's kind of a neat program. Melinda kind of came up with that, and it's a way that obviously, you know, we had to cut a number of services that related to metro stations when Metro cuts their routes a lot. So this really kind of helps fill that gap. We've also signed contracts with 2 transportation network companies, with Uber and a company called UServe, to subsidize some of those rides in the region. That's a new concept for us. Other transit agencies in the country have been going to that as well, to complement their rides. We're also looking at a trip planning app that will allow customers to plan their trips from start to finish, to be able to access all of our service options in one convenient location. And that includes, you know, somebody who might go from fixed route to a call and ride, or a fixed route to an Uber, or even, quite frankly, Metro and so forth. This kind of technology is really the future of the transportation industry, and we're working hard to get that up and running. Will Ride, PACE continues to work with the county to enhance paratransit options within Will County Dial-A-Ride programs. PACE we certainly will look forward to your guys' final report of the county's paratransit study that's currently underway, which we funded in last year's PACE budget. We've once again budgeted a 15% increase over the 2022 amount in our contribution to Dial-A-Ride programs in Will County. Regarding fares, our fares are being held where they're at this point. We're also updating our PACE fare policy to make it less expensive to ride and easier to transfer between PACE, Metra, and the CTA. This is going to help provide a real affordable and regional connectivity between our agencies. I'm almost done, I promise. In regards to service, in 2020, due to COVID, we did have to suspend and reduce numerous routes because of the demand, and primarily within commuter services with Metra. While these routes now have been permanently discontinued or reduced in 2023, PACE will be initiating a network revitalization and system-wide restructuring initiative, which will help us take a look at how we can best meet our current and future needs of the region. Van Gogh, TNC, and our other popular call and ride are all viable options for the future. We're also looking at different innovative ways of trying to provide different forms of transportation, and we're looking forward to working with the county as we kind of roll out that program as well. One area where we've really been struggling, and I know everyone has as well, is really recruitment, and primarily recruitment of drivers. Past few years have been very challenging to be able to keep up, and we're certainly trying to do everything we can. We've recently partnered with a number of junior colleges where we are providing the funding for training for CDL licenses, the classroom training. We're working with them on recruitment for these programs, and then the people who pass the program would come out as an employee of PACE, and then we would take them on and train them as a driver. There is some preliminary background information that's required, but we're working really diligently throughout the region. We've got 3 programs up and running, and we just recently agreed to work with Joliet Junior College on this program, and we'll be launching that right after the first of the year. So we're very excited with that. None of these positive changes that we talked about today would have happened without all of the cooperation that we have from our local partners, including all of you. And again, I know there's a lot of new board members. I'm offering up that PACE Will County Representative Beth Gonzalez would be glad to come to one of your transportation meetings, wherever you'd like her, and just kind of talk about the various programs that PACE has throughout the region, and be glad to talk to you about your specific areas as well. So with that, we can open up for any questions if anyone has anything, and I'm here. I have Melinda here as an expert to be able to answer the technical questions. So thank you.
Any burning questions? Okay, Board Member Coleman.
Good morning. You said you have 3 programs up and running right now that allows individuals to be trained on their CDL license, and then you train them to be a bus driver?
Yeah, I'll let Melinda address how the program works.
Okay. And I just wanted to know the locations as well.
Sure. The locations we already have set up are Olive Harvey College in the south side of Chicago, with Harper College in Palatine. We're working with South Suburban College. Joliet College is on our list. We already have the agreement. And how it works, and we have many others, and we're looking for more. But how it works is you go to the college, we will pay for 2 weeks of training so that you can learn how to get your CDL. We will also pay for your CDL. Once you complete that, pass your CDL, you'll come over to PACE, and we train you for 8 weeks. Paid training with us for 8 weeks before you're put on the road to drive a bus. So that's how it works. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
And you just go to your website to find the...
I'll be happy to get you some information.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it is on our website also. Thank you.
And we don't have Joliet Junior College set up yet, but we will probably right after the first of the year.
County Board Member Mitchell.
I wanted that information as well.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Be happy to get it to both of you.
Thank you.
County Board Member Freeman.
Good morning. So I came to the grand opening, I suppose, of the Plainfield station. And how many parking spots did you add to the Plainfield station?
The station has 600 spots altogether.
And you said there was roughly 400 that came on a daily basis
Correct.
down there?
Correct.
I think that's awesome.
It is, it's fantastic. You saw it firsthand. The lot was pretty full, and we have room for more.
And you do the training there, right?
We do.
Right, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Thank you.
County Board Member Trainer.
Good morning. Thank you for your presentation. I missed the first college you mentioned.
Olive Harvey College.
Olive Harvey,
Yeah,
okay.
yes.
And then, once they go through the CDL training with PACE, or they get their license and then come to PACE for 8 weeks of training, and you hire them officially as a bus driver, is there a required length of time that they are to be employees? I mean, like to pay back?
There is. So, and it's a state of Illinois requirement. We train them for their CDL. We do the technical training. So once we certify them, they have to stay with us for 6 months.
6 months?
6 months.
Okay.
If they don't, they lose their CDL.
That's not a very long time, so wonderful. Thank you.
Member Butler?
One of the topics that we had discussed at an earlier meeting was with the Township of Green Gardens, that program, where they kind of went in a partnership. How did the other towns get into that? And is that something you offer them? Have you reached out to them?
I think they're working with Will County on their Will Ride program, and we'd be happy to work with Will County also and to help them to get into the program.
For like Moline?
That's a township decision.
Yes.
They would have to ask.
Township.
Yes,
So
so,
we contact you?
we can give you the contacts for to who to contact with Will Ride, and then it's a partnership with the townships and PACE. We provide some of the funding, the townships provide a good portion of the funding. Will County is doing an overall study right now, which is about to come out, and we're looking forward to seeing it, to discuss traveling throughout the whole region. But we'll be happy to get you information on who to contact.
And in part of that agreement, they were talking about having a committee that the people from the township would meet with people of Will County. Can you tell me a little bit about that committee?
The committees are made up by the townships. They can meet with us or they can meet with Will County, and they really direct who's going to ride the service. For example, sometimes it's only disabled people, sometimes it's senior citizens. They direct who they want to fund on the service. So that's something that is worked locally, and we cooperate to try and help them. The other option that we provide is through our van pool program, that we can provide a vehicle for the townships to pick up passengers also. So we can get you all that information.
And that's only within the township?
It can be whatever the townships want. They can go to locations, for example, if there's hospitals outside the township, you know, they want to go to those locations or shopping, etc. So we work with the local entities to decide what's wanted and what's reasonable within that area.
Okay, and then the point person for that, if I wanted to talk more in detail out of this meeting?
Beth Gonzalez can get you in touch with the right people.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
County Board Member Berkowitz.
Thank you, Linda, for being here. Can you send that information to either Chair Ogala or Nick Palmer so they can provide it to the entire board?
Absolutely.
It would be helpful. Thank you.
Absolutely. Be happy to do that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Moving on to committees, land use and development. Chair Pretzel.
I have no new business to report this morning. The next land use and development committee meeting is scheduled for January 10th at 10:00.
Thank you. Finance Committee, Chair Richmond.
I have a couple things here, so good morning. The monthly financial report to place on file from the Illinois Department of Revenue showing sales tax remitted to Will County for the month of September 2022 to be $2,628,085.94. The RTA tax received is $3,036,332.22 for a total of $5,664,418.16, and I so move.
Second Mueller.
Motion by Richmond, seconded by Mueller.
Previous roll, Freeman.
Previous roll call by Freeman.
Second.
By Odell, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Second one is resolution number 22-459, award bid for the annual audit, and I so move.
Motion by Richmond.
Second.
Seconded by O'Gallagher. Roll call by Bell, seconded by Trenier, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Third item is resolution number 22-460, transferring appropriations with various fiscal year 22 county budgets. This has been updated to include transfers within the county executive's budget, the state's attorney's budget, and within the back budget, and I so move.
Motion by Richmond, seconded by Trenier. Previous roll call by Freeman.
Second Mueller.
Seconded by Mueller, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Okay, the fourth and final one is resolution number 22-461, authorizing county executive to execute necessary documents for the delinquent tax program, and I so move.
Motion by Richmond, seconded by O'Gallagher.
Previous ballot.
Previous roll call by Ballot.
Second Ortiz.
By Ortiz, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Okay, the next finance committee meeting is scheduled for January 3rd, 2023 at 11 a.m.
Thank you. Chair Van Dyne.
Thank you, and good morning, Madam Executive, and good morning to everyone in attendance this morning. Public Works and Transportation Committee has 12 items to consider, starting with number 1, 22-462, correcting clerical error on resolution number 22-415 in County Board District 7, and I so move.
Second Mueller.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Mueller. Previous roll call.
Previous Trenier.
By Trenier.
Second, Freeman.
Seconded by Freeman, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
22-463, confirming award of contract to various contractors for countywide maintenance material by 2 minutes patching, all county board districts, and I'll make the motion.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by O'Gallagher. Previous roll call by Ballard, seconded by
Ortiz.
Ortiz, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Number 3, 22-464, confirming award of contract to various contractors for countywide maintenance material by 2 minutes prime in all county board districts, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Winfrey, seconded by Ballard, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Resolution 22-465, confirming award of contract to various contractors, countywide maintenance material for various aggregates in all the county board districts, and I so move.
Second,
Motion
Freeman.
by Van Dyne, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Richmond, seconded by Pretzel, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
22-466, adopting IDOT resolution for improvement by county under the Illinois Highway Code for countywide weight maintenance material, all the county board districts using the MFT funds, $4,579,900, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Winfrey, seconded by Mueller, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
22-467, confirming award of contract to Phoenix Corps of Quad Cities, $599,980 for Shanahan Manuka Road, County Highway 32 drainage project near DuPage River in County Board District 1, and I'd like to make that motion.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Dean Schlotman. Previous roll call by Mueller, seconded by Logan, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
22-468, appropriating $335,195 of transportation funds for the acquisition of necessary right-of-way by agreement of condemnation, County Highway 49 and County Board District 3, and I so move. Second.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Butler.
Previous Mueller.
Roll call by Mueller, seconded. Janet, did you nod your head? Seconded by Diaz, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Resolution 22-469, authorizing an agreement between the County of Will, Peoples Gas Light and Coke Company, and Northern Illinois Gas Company for redesigned storm sewer system at County Highway 37 and 16 and District 4, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Costa, seconded by Coleman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
22-470, authorizing approval of professional services agreement for supplemental design engineering services, agreement with Willett, Hoffman and Associates for Creek Township Road District, County Board District 3, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Butler.
Previous roll
Previous roll call by O'Gara, seconded by Freeman. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
22-471, authorizing approval of professional services agreement for design engineering services with HDR for Mills and Cherry Hill Road, County Board Districts 2, 5, and 6, and I'll make the motion.
Second, Winfrey.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Winfrey. Their previous roll call.
Previous.
Parker, seconded by Mueller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
22-472, improvement by county under the Illinois Highway Code for Mills and Cherry Hill Road from 53 to 30 using the MFT funds, $2,709,956, districts 2, 5, and 6, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Winfrey,
Second, Mueller.
seconded by Parker. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And lastly, Resolution 22-473, authorizing an agreement between the County of Will and Northern Illinois Gas Company for reimbursement to relocate facilities for the improvement of Laraway Road in County Board District 2, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by Van Dyne, seconded by Pretzel. Previous roll call by Mitchell, seconded by Costa. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next Public Works and Transportation Committee meeting is scheduled for January 3rd, 2023 at 9 a.m., and that concludes our report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Chair Freeman.
Good morning, Madam Executive. We have nothing to report for the Public Health and Safety meeting. Our next meeting will be January 10th at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Chair Berkowitz, legislative. I got you. Now I go.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. There is nothing to report this month for legislative and judicial committee. Our next legislative committee meeting is scheduled for January 3rd, 2023 at 12 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair Mueller, capital improvements.
Do I have to push the button?
I got you all.
Okay, excellent. Good morning, everyone. We have nothing, no resolutions this morning for Capital Improvements Committee. Our next committee meeting is scheduled for January 3rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. See you then.
Thank you. Chair O'Gara, executive.
Thank you. Our first resolution is 22-474, authorizing the settlement agreement with Constellation Energy Generation of Braidwell, Illinois. This is an agreed-to settlement that involves all the taxing bodies. The result is an increased DAB for the Braidwood plant and higher revenues for all taxing bodies in the future. This is a plan that we work on, and it's secure, and it's really awesome that we're able to make this agreement. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Dean Schlottman. Second roll call by Berkowitz. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want it? Would you like a roll call vote? Oh, okay.
Previous.
Okay, previous roll call by Berkowitz, seconded by Mitchell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next resolution is 22-475, adopting the Equal Opportunity Employment Opportunity Plan for 2022. This is a comprehensive document that analyzes our labor market data. It's a required report and plan for Will County, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by O'Donnell, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Frenier.
Second, Mueller.
Mueller, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next resolution is 22-476, appointment of interim IMRF authorized agent. This is something that we need to do until the new IMRF authorized agent starts, and I so move.
Second. Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Dean Schlottman. Previous roll call by Balance, seconded by Newquist. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next is resolution 22-477, declaring vehicles as surplus and authorizing disposal of them. This is something that happens time to time as a regular item that might pop on our agenda from during the year. I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Freeman.
Previous row Mueller.
Previous roll call by Mueller.
Second Ortiz.
Seconded by Ortiz. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution is 22-478, renewing contract for electronics recycling for one-day collection events. This is something that I know I get questions about all the time, and people throughout the county are very excited about. Please check out the www.willcountygreen.com website for information as to where these events will be happening, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by O'Gara.
Previous ballot.
Hold on, I got that. I hear what.
Second,
Okay,
sorry.
Dean Schlami. If you can read, yell your name, that just helps me a little
Sure.
bit. 'Cause These are cheaters, so it's so blurry this way. Seconded by Dean Schlami. Previous roll call by Van Dyne. Seconded by Trenier. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 22-479, authorizing an IGA with Green Garden Township for Little County Mobility Management Project, and I so move.
Second, Butler.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Butler. Previous roll call by Trenier, seconded by Berkowitz. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-480, authorizing an IGA with PACE for continuation as a service provider for Will County Mobility Management Project, and I so move.
Motion by O'Gara.
Previous
Seconded by.
Second,
Trenier, sorry. Seconded by
Previous,
Trenier.
Freeman.
Previous by
Second,
Freeman,
Mueller.
Seconded by Mueller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-481, awarding bid for morgue bid package number 4, category 4-01 for overhead doors in the amount of $27,217, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Freeman.
Previous row Mueller.
Previous roll call by Mueller, seconded by Ortiz. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-482, awarding bid for morgue bid package number 4, category 4-02, morgue equipment furnished for the cost of $352,785, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Winfrey. Previous roll call by Post, seconded by Freeman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-483, awarding bid for morgue bid package number 4, category 4-03, cold room furnishing, cost is $410,130, and I so move.
Second, Mueller.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Mueller.
Previous.
Previous roll call by Mitchell.
Second.
Seconded by Diaz. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-484, setting the number of assistant state's attorneys to 90, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Winfrey. Seconded by Mueller. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-485, approving the bond of the Will County Collector, and I so move.
Second, Mueller.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Mueller. Previous roll call by Parker, seconded by Ballard. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-486, approving the bond of the Will County Supervisor Assessments, and I so move.
Motion by O'Gara.
Second.
Seconded by Van Dyne. Previous roll call by Freeman, seconded by Trenier. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 22-487, this will require an executive session, so we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to number 15, right? To number 15, and we're at the end. So resolution 22-488, replacement hire for HR leave of absence administrator. Recruitment is underway, and I so move.
Second, Trenier.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Trenier.
Previous Mueller.
Roll call by Mueller, seconded by Costa. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution.
Motion carries. Sorry.
All right.
I froze for a minute. I realized I said Al's name wrong, so that was.
Resolution 22-49, replacement hire for Sunny Hill Nursing Home, Food and Nutrition Services Director, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Motion by O'Gara, seconded by Freeman. Previous roll call by Winfrey. Seconded by Diaz. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's the end of the resolutions. Next, I'd like to move to appointments by the county
Your
executive.
next meeting is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our next executive committee meeting is scheduled for January 5th, 2023, unbelievable, 2023, 10 a.m. Losing the phone, I was like, wow.
It's happening.
I remember when I was programming for $19.99 people were packing up water and food because they thought we were out in the dark. Next, moving on to appointments by the county executive with Governor Public Water District and Ellis Fire Protection District.
Second. Motion by O'Gallagher, seconded by Deschler. Second, Berkowitz. Previous roll call, I heard somebody. Berkowitz, seconded by Revis.
Yeah.
Jump in.
Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, we're going to move on to public comments. Are there any public comments relevant to matters under the jurisdiction of the county from people in our audience? I know we have a couple emails. We'll move it to the Madam Clerk.
First one from Mr. Munoz. Comment, in regards to proposed, the upcoming bill, HB 5855, what is our County of Will doing to deter passing this unconstitutional law that will make felons of most law-abiding voting citizens of this fine county? Iroquois County has taken the lead on pushing back with a resolution against the proposed bill. Cook County obviously has a festering gun problem, however, the vast majority of such crimes are not committed by the average law-abiding citizen. Felons can't vote candidates into office, and this bill will cause more harm than good. Join Iroquois County in fighting for what the Constitution and the Bill of Rights clearly state. Next comment from Nicolo Canella. Good afternoon. I was hoping that the board will consider planning on having a meeting about gun sanctuaries. The current administration of this state is considering a bill that will make pretty much every firearm illegal, including magazines that came with a firearm.
All right, moving on to comments by the county board members. For those of you who are new, you have an opportunity to make comments at this time. There's a 3-minute time limit set up in your rules, so this is your opportunity. Then we go on to the leadership, Steve. So anyone from any current county board member? Okay, County Board Member Mitchell.
I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday and is safe and enjoy your family and, come back refreshed and ready to, do the people's work. That's all.
Thank you. County Board Member Freeman.
Good morning again. I would like to wish everyone the same. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Let's be safe. Let's make wonderful memories and come back and be ready to start in January.
Thank you. Member Mueller.
I also wanted to invite everyone to come on up to the City of Lights in Aurora and visit us. We have the Kris Kringle Market up there this year that had been in Naperville the last few years. And they're doing really awesome stuff like giving away, a chocolate truffle to the first 100 people or whatever. And then we also have the Light Festival that's going on up there as well, that you can find on the City of Aurora's webpage. But we have a lot of great, inexpensive family fun going on up there. So I would hope you guys would all come on up and check it out. Thanks.
Thank you. We'll move on to Republican Leader Balich.
I just want to tell everybody Merry Christmas and don't eat too much because we all gain weight easy, especially older people. It's true, but you get and all that good food. You can't help yourself to going back for a second. So just don't go back for reports. I'm yelling at myself because I do it. But anyway, I think it's real important to realize that Christmas is a big deal. And everybody practices in a different way. But if you're in Homer Township, where I live, come out and visit our manger in front of our township building, and there's going to be Christmas caroling on the 23rd. So it's something interesting, but every township and every place is different. So what works for where I live may not work where you guys live. So you should respect everybody. So anyway, it's going to be a fun season. I'm not going to get too drunk. God bless everybody.
Thank you. My Governor Berkowitz, you missed your opportunity, but I'm in the Christmas spirit, so I will let you talk. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Executive. I just wanted to share with everyone, last evening, we began our Simbangavi Masses, and that is a celebration, a novena of 9 masses to celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus. And it's a wonderful tradition. Everyone is invited to come and experience it. It is a Filipino tradition, and in the homeland, the tradition is to celebrate these masses before daybreak, in the very, very early wee hours of the morning before they went off to work their daily hard toils, whether it be in the fields or their hard work for the day. It's a wonderful tradition. It's just an amazing experience. The music and the celebration is wonderful. So you're all invited to stop in, experience it, and Merry Christmas to everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you. Leader Kinnear.
Thank you, Madam Executive. Life is like riding a bicycle. You got to keep your balance if you want to ride the bike, right? But to keep your balance, you've got to keep moving. And I hope that we continue to keep moving forward as a county board and representatives of our county. I know all the new folks will pick it up pretty quickly. In today's Joliet Herald, which seems to be like the only newspaper I can find, there was an annual report from the USDA Economic Research Service. And in honor of our proclamation this morning, I thought I'd share a little bit of information from that report. Rural America is growing. It went up 3% from July of 2020 to July 2021, and that's the first time since the mid-1990s. The top industry in rural America, which half of our county is rural, is agriculture, and it's also becoming more diverse. Jobs are down, though, in that area, but productivity is up. Since 2012, it's been up 50% due to the advances in technology. You will get opportunities to go out and visit some of the farms and see some of the unique technology that's being used. And I encourage you all to make time to do that when the opportunity comes up. Thank you very much and have a nice holiday.
Thank you. Chair O'Donnell.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. I look forward to 2023 and us working together. I think we have an opportunity as a 50-50 board to make a lot of good strides and show the people of Will County that we're here for them, that we're not here for our own selves, that we're here for them. So I'd like to also say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and everything that you might celebrate. And I have a little special thing that I want to go ahead and announce. So if I could have Republican and Democrat leaders meet me at the podium.
It's at, I don't know.
Do I have? Okay. Here we go. Beth is coming up. So today, as the last day that we have in 2022, it's also the last board meeting that Nick Palmer, who has served as Chief of Staff of both the County Executive's Office and now as the County Board Chief of Staff. So we have a nice plaque here to present to him today. Nick, if you would like to come down, please. It's presented to Nick Palmer in appreciation for your 18 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Will County, serving as County Board Chief of Staff for the last 2 years, dated this 15th day of December 2022. If you guys will all join me in a round of applause. staff, especially since this is a new role for me. I call Nick all the times of the day, any day of the week, and he always answers the calls, and he's always been helpful throughout his term, even when he worked with county executive. So appreciate all his hard work. Thank you, Nick. Right.
These are already falling apart.
Yeah, I hear it.
Nick, the whole thing's already dying.
Oh, thanks.
In addition to the plaque, we will be celebrating with a nice cake. Yeah. The cake is always going to bring the party. Thank you.
After the executive. All right. At this time, I need a motion to move into executive session to discuss the acquisition of real estate.
Motion, Trinier.
Second, Mitchell.
Motion by Trinier, seconded by Mitchell. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Trinier?
Yes.
Dean Schwatman? Yes. Van Dyne?
Yes.